everybody? This is the Something or Nothing podcast. I am one of your three hosts, Roohkage. First, Kage, Village Hidden in the Clout. We have the beautiful Tranquil Ashes right here on my bottom, or wherever she sees me on the Zoom call. We got my man Kuya P up here.
Hey.
And let's talk about something or nothing, y'all.
Yeah.
I know Tranquil has some speed round questions that we're going to start today off with.
I do. Are y'all ready?
Let's kick it off, yo.
Good.
Okay. You can answer in any order if it whatever comes to you first. All right. Okay. If you could have any superpower, what power would you have and why?
For me, it would be flight. I want to fly like Superman. And with Invincible, that hopefully we can talk about later, dropping this past weekend, seeing my man just fly through the clouds and just doing his thing. That just again remind me that I can't wait to fly if I ever get the chance to fly and have that superpower. So yeah, flight for your boy.
I'd probably do transportation.
Ooh,
but like nothing too crazy where I'm going across the world or anything. Like more or so, like Nightcrawler from X-Men. You know,
okay.
Like, he had to be there. He can envision the spot. That's how he gets there.
I like that.
Yeah.
Back on yourself, Anita. You have.
Yeah. What would you do, Tranquil?
I mean, I have so many ideas, but I've also been told that I'm not allowed to have superpowers. So I would probably say maybe gravity manipulation. There's a lot you could do with that. Just if you can exert gravity on anything, you can break anything, open something up. Like, I think it's a very useful tool.
So by virtue, you could also fly too. So encompasses a lot with just that one power.
Yeah, I'm trying to get multiple spots.
Okay.
That's specific as hell.
Right? Yeah. I like that. When you write, sometimes things wish in future. We'll see. Science is catching up. I believe in it. Okay, next question.
All right.
If you could compare yourself to any animal, what animal would it be?
Oh, shit.
And it can be a mythological creature if you choose.
Oh,
that's good.
That's a whole other animal kingdom in itself.
Right.
I'd say Phoenix. Because I rise from the ashes. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! Look at my man. That's a dope one.
But that's only mythological. If we're going real animal kingdom, most likely like a koala or a sloth, something that sleeps a lot. But if we being realistic,
shit, for real. Like, I want to be lazy, so I was thinking actually both of those. It's funny you said that, Roo. Mad tight. I was thinking the same thing, just chilling, butt naked and chilling.
Yeah, something that's not the I'm not a hunter, you know. I like staying in my tree and just eating my eucalyptus seeds.
There you go.
Very cute.
Yeah.
What about you, Kuya?
Nah, that's the same thing. That's what was so uncanny.
We be in the same tree together.
We in the same tree chilling. Passing bananas around this motherfucker. Hey, man.
You'll probably be the predator that ends our life because you need food.
You're absolutely correct.
You're a fighter.
Tiger for sure. Tiger and a bull. I think my zodiac signs are probably the most well represented of who I am. I'm like, they got it right. And so I would definitely say a mix between them. And to your mythological point, Phoenix for me, ashes is in my name. So
I feel you. Okay, so we're the same mythologically, but me and Kuya are the same regular. See, that's why we work. This is full circle.
There you go. Okay, got one. I got two more. All right. If you had a time machine, would you travel to the future or the past? And what future or what past?
I have a question, if I may.
Yes.
Can we keep going? Like, do we keep the time machine? Like, if we want to be in some specific, like, let's say I want to be in the 80s because this is already my answer.
Right.
Can at the end of the 80s, as soon as it hits 89, about to be 90, can I just go back to 80?
No, it's a one-time crapshoot.
All right. Well, I'm going back to the 80s.
And then after that, you can either go back to your regular timeline or just live your life through the ages again.
Yeah, no, I'd probably go back in time to the 80s. With everything I know now, I'll be the CEO of Google.
Fair enough.
Call it Roogle.
I like it.
Well, for me, man, I love time travel stories. Back to the Future is in my top 10 films of all time. But as I've grown older, I'm like, you know what? Every decision I made was for a reason, and I wouldn't be in the place I am if not for all of those decisions. That I don't want to change that. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's stuff I, realistically would like to change that hurt. You know what I'm saying? Things I would like to do differently. But then I don't want that time, because we've seen these time travel stories as well. You do one thing, it's going to affect another thing. And I don't want it to affect everything else. So I'm just going to have to live with it and stick with it. So I would say future, just because I would love to see what's going down and maybe possibly avoid certain things or be mindful without that, changing what I already know. So I'll say that.
Okay. See, I like that answer. And I was like, yeah, being preventative is also a thing. Yeah. Honest, I think I would still go past. Even though, yeah, you learn everything, for a reason and whatnot. But I have a few reasons to think that I'd have been just fine without some of the reasons. And I think that, I guess I would change little things just to put me in a better place later on in life. Nothing like major, like, stopping, I don't know, some major like world event or something like that. But yeah, just little stuff to just try to affect my circle only.
Right. Yeah. It's like that Family Guy episode where Brian and Stewie go back and they stop 9/11 and then everything just gets worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
I feel like that might happen.
That's a perfect episode for that, actually. All right. And last question. What fictional character do you identify with the most and why?
Ooh.
That's like a really good one.
Yeah, man. Really good questions.
Came with the heat. This She had time, and you had it written down too, so I know you were thinking. That's Damn. There's so many. So probably Aang.
Oh. Did you love me some Aang?
Yep. I probably not even for. I mean, I do resonate with him and everything because I feel like with The Last Airbender, it kind of shows how and I might be reaching here, but like how young people kind of feel like the weight on their shoulders sometimes, especially when you don't have all the answers. And that's kind of what that series was about, him trying to like save the world in like a year. But I just really want to be the Avatar. If I'm being honest, that's all I want in the world.
I feel that like deep down in my soul when you said that. I do really kind of just want to be the Avatar. And also I think too, the Avatar taught that adults can change too. So
for sure. Yeah.
Man.
What about you? I know it's tough. It's tough.
Man, I don't know, yo. I don't really know. Because I would love to be, I guess, a character. I don't know a specific character I'd want to be. But I would love to be in the Marvel universe. I'd love to be in the DC universe. I'd love to inhabit and see stuff going on within that. I guess shit. I don't know, man. That's too hard, yo. Like I'd love to just be in those universes, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to be like a civilian because I could get my ass killed or some shit,
You wouldn't want to take up the mantle of Spidey?
As much as a fan as I am,
you be a different
because he's always catching wreck, yo. He's always
his life sucks.
He don't got it good.
No,
I'd have to go with Panther then, be the king of Wakanda, and at least I have some amazing my Dora Milaje to take care of me. You feel me? So there's that. I could go. I would say that, okay, if I got to put it on one, I'll put it on Black Panther. Peter Parker, as much as I love Spidey, he is my number one character I'm a fan of, but number 2 is Panther. I think I'll go with him because Peter catch wreck too much.
If you're gonna be anybody, be someone that doesn't have to pay rent.
You feel me? Have my whole kingdom, so I ain't got to worry about it.
Fair. That's so fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about this one for me because I really I feel like that's the one thing I struggle with the most is trying to find myself in things or characters and whatnot. I feel like there are characters that I align a lot with, but also aspire to be, and that's kind of like where it sits. Like for example, Rose Quartz from Steven Universe. Rose Quartz, after war situations, she was a great leader, great fighter, love, inclusive. She was, everything you would want to be, or you'd want a person to be, right? Things like Storm also, I mean, for obvious reasons, and I guess not so obvious reasons, but strong Black woman, taking charge, but other than those, I think those are more like idealistic, like things that I want to be in terms of like, just like, man, that character is me. If this was a different world, Xena Warrior Princess.
I was waiting for you because I knew it had to be the Xena arena, knowing you.
Yeah. Man, like, yeah. Xena. Yeah. I kept thinking about it. I'm like, no, yeah, absolutely.
What's wild is I've actually never seen Steven Universe, and I hear it's like one of the best, like one of the better newer cartoons.
Newer cartoons, yeah. I agree. Well, clearly, I agree. I definitely think it's worth a watch. It's definitely, I would say, relationship or friendship friendly. It's good for everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, I highly recommend it.
Okay.
But
better than that racist ass Kevin Sorbo Hercules bullshit.
That's a whole I was so sad about that. I was like, man.
Were you actually a fan of Kevin or with the Hercules?
Back in the day, yeah.
What happened with Hercules?
Ooh.
Yeah, Kevin Sorbo is just like a asshole, man. He's like
extra.
Did he play Hercules?
Yeah.
Like Disney Hercules? Oh.
No, like the live action Hercules.
Oh, see, that's out of my
It was around the same time frame as the Xena stuff, right? Or was it before or after?
It was like the year before. The funny thing about it is that for Hercules was first. Xena was introduced in his show as a villain, and she was so her 3-episode arc was so popular they gave her her own show.
Yeah.
So that's how Xena came about, and I was like, well, that tells you something. And it not only did she have her own show, but it was massively more popular than Hercules was.
Oh, I've heard of Xena.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely know who Xena is. I just didn't know there was a live action shitty Hercules movie or show apparently. But should we get into today's topic?
Yeah.
Hey, actually, before we dig into that real quick,
okay.
I was just hit up by I won't say whom, but I'm supposed to give quotes. Y'all both know a certain film that I recently watched. They're asking me, and so this is gonna be mad interesting for both of y'all. I'm actually, if y'all are down to help me out.
Okay.
You know how like with these big films as they're released, they want quotes from certain reviews. They're like, yeah, this film was amazing or whatever. I just got hit up asking to drop a quote that they can put on promo materials for this film. And y'all know what film it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just give them 2 quick sentences. So if y'all can help me, what do you think? I know y'all haven't seen the film, but by virtue of our friendship here, y'all could actually help me with this written quote that may go on these posters promoting this film right now.
It has to be positive, right? Because
it should be positive.
Okay.
Real quick, I'll say the one thing that I wrote real quick while y'all were talking, from the opening scene to the finale, delivers nonstop adventure that will satisfy gamers and film fans alike. See it on the big screen. Very generic. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm writing real quick. Do you all can think of one that's somewhat centric without giving it away? Because I don't want everybody else to know what exactly we're talking. Although I'm sure they can probably figure it out.
I'm about to say, you said something in there that would give it away.
Exactly. But I glossed over it quick.
No.
I was trying to think like of a line without like
word, like
it breathes life into the franchise.
Yeah.
That's hard without like giving it away.
There's a lot of stuff coming out.
There is. Yeah, you're right.
There's a lot of stuff happening right now.
That's true. Huh.
If any of y'all got ideas, because they need this like within the next 10 minutes.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Exactly. Yeah, they just sent me an email like, yo, we want to quote you. I was like, okay.
I mean,
I want to say something, but I feel like it'll give it away.
yeah,
no, go ahead. They don't really know. They may not watch this podcast. We're putting this on the
I was gonna say it's like the game come to life of some sort. Like, because the most recent edition has definitely brought new life into, the franchise.
So how would you phrase that? Exciting visuals that brings the game to life.
Yes.
Exciting.
Okay.
All right, give me one, Rue. I'll give.
I was gonna say something.
Add blood curdling visual.
I was gonna say something corny. I was gonna get over here to the box office or something.
Hey, I like that. Hold up, save that one. All right, first off, let me finish with your exciting. What did we say? How did we start that sentence off?
Exciting and blood curdling visuals that brings the game.
Blood curdling visuals that bring the game to life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, exciting and blood curdling visuals that bring the game to life. And Rue with the joint. What was it?
I was just like, get over here to the box office, or something like that. I feel like that gives it away, but I mean, it's a play on words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Get over here to the box office.
Yeah. Or to your streaming website, whatever they're releasing it on. I'm pretty sure everything's going to be in movie theaters and on streaming sites now. Like that's going to be the new norm.
Get over to HBO Max.
That's good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love HBO Max.
In my Scorpion voice.
Get over here.
All right, we can get back to this. I'm sorry, y'all. We got sidetracked.
You good.
But this is in real time, y'all. Y'all watching this podcast. We keep it real in this motherfucker. You hear me? We just doing shit. This is what we doing. We do big shit like this. we just fucks. You want something from us? You want to comment? We're gonna do it right now on our time. Whatever.
Right. Exactly.
So if you've seen the comment come to life right here. If they actually use this comment,
yeah,
which would be dope as fuck, right?
I'm looking out for it. Honestly,
let me tell you. I better get my name on I better get box office tickets. I better get red carpet invites.
I'm gonna create an IMDb.
I want it right now. Give me my credits. Give me my credits right now.
All right.
Yeah, we can hop into this subject for the episode. I mean, I've been wanting to talk about this for a minute because I feel like this is something that doesn't just relate to nerd culture, but I feel like it's more toxic in there than it is for everywhere else, and that is gatekeeping. Like nobody, especially in anime too, a lot of gatekeeping in anime, and it's very like toxic. Nobody wants to let anybody be a fan. It seems like, you either have to be the same fan as the way somebody is a fan, or they're gonna rail you for it. And that's like with everything. I've never really understood that, because I know whenever it comes to pop culture and things that are nostalgic for people, it's all different because we all have our own opinions on it. I always thought that if we just all like it, then what would be the problem? But also I feel like there's fine lines with certain things when it comes to gatekeeping, because I remember I was talking to a friend about it, and they were talking to me, like trying to play devil's advocate and said, what about culture appropriation? Because I feel like some people might actually get those two confused, because I can see how it can be.
Mm-hmm.
But do y'all have anything to say before I just ramble on here?
Nah, man. I've heard the term a lot, and I'm pretty sure we've all seen it, online, of seeing other people react and talk about, the things they love. And I just don't understand how a thing that we all love, why people want to separate, you know what I'm saying? And be like, I have problems with that, because to me, that's not in my character. But because I'm always self-analyzing, I try to think maybe if I might have done that to somebody, feeling like, because I know a lot about, certain things, that have I just kind of done it without thinking I've done it. So I find it, interesting, but yeah, I don't know. I think I just rambled just now, But
you good.
but when I think of the term and I hear that it's discussed, and seeing it for myself, like to me, it's just not cool. And this is what's going to take people away from things I love. When I think we should all come together in things that we love, you know. And so I hate that is going on and that it's such a problematic thing. But yeah, we do need to talk on it, like you said, to just educate. And also I would hope people are just like me, and that, you know, just because we may know a lot about a certain something, we should watch how we speak on it, so that way it doesn't come off to others, you know, that, you know, that we're gatekeeping in a sense, you know. And that's why I always do self-reflection for myself in regards to, you know, when I hear things like this, you know, do I actually do that? You know, because I know other people that do that, you know, things like that. And that's kind of the person that I am. So thank you for this topic, bro. I like it.
No worries.
I mean, I probably experienced it the most, probably out of the group, simply because I'm a girl. For some reason, if like you know, a girl is into something, if she isn't able to list every date an issue comes out, or, you know, how many costumes did this lead character have, or did you know when the manga release was, you can tell me that, you know, then all of a sudden it discredits you from, you know, being a real anime, you know, comic book,
Right.
fantasy, cosplay fan, whatnot, you know. And like sometimes and I think it's so funny because as like a medium, cartoons, anime, movies, film, all that, it's an amalgamation of multiple sets of skills. So like if you are a movie star, if you work in you know, video games, your main set of focus might be, you know, creating character concepts or visual concepts, but you might not even be a gamer yourself, but you can come up with something and you can create art for the game. Are those people any less, you know, a part of the game, or any less, you know, worthy of being a fan of the game just because they, you know, weren't there to create the code for it, or, you know, they didn't do 2,000 hours of testing before the game went out, you know, something along those lines. So I think, and it's funny, like you were saying before, you know, this is supposed to be the thing that like brings us all together and whatnot. But unfortunately, from not my personal experience, but from what I've heard of a lot of people were very much so bullied for enjoying these, you know, comics or anything that falls under to nerddom or fandom. And now that they have a hold of something, it kind of translate, you know, hurt people, that kind of deal. But I'm definitely here to try to figure out some type of solution to that.
You know, I think it is. It's like, because I definitely love what you just said there, because I always tell myself that whenever I'm dealing with difficult people, is that hurt people. And there's a lot of people out there that just don't know how to handle or, you know, control the negative energy that comes in their life. They kind of just like spew it out because they don't know, like they just transfer that energy onto whoever because they don't know that they're even doing it. I know I've done it for plenty of years. Granted, I've never been one of those people to really, I don't know, sit behind a screen and write down hateful comments. You know, I feel like that's another type of special person. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like things when it comes to trying to figure out what can we do, we're already doing it. We're talking right now, you know, we're putting out content for whoever is out there going to see this. And maybe if they themselves haven't even given this topic a thought, that we've just like, you know, given them that opportunity. Because I feel like, you know, I'm all for protests. I'm all for, you know, movements that lead into just anything progressive, you know, because that's realistically like what we all should be, you know, striving for. But I feel like that there's multiple ways you can make the world a better place. There's not just one way. And because even when it comes to doing good, when it comes to, there's even gatekeeping when it comes to, you know, being a progressive. and people don't even realize it. It's like, oh, you're not going to enough rallies, you're not protesting enough, you're not reposting enough. You know, I like to change the world in my way by talking to others, having one-on-one conversations, really trying to get to know, because it's hard to do it by the masses at times, especially when you don't have a crazy following. Because I mean, true, like you can watch a podcast like, you know, like we're doing right now, and definitely have you question yourself. But it also, like, you know, when someone takes the time to talk to you, and I feel like maybe not like come at you in an aggressive tone or feel like it's attacking, and you just sitting there, because I know I'm probably going off being a lot, but I'm thinking, you know what I mean?
Talk
like
your shit.
I love talking to people that I disagree with. Like it's an actual, I wouldn't say a hobby or anything like that, but it's something that I welcome, because I feel like we're kind of getting to a point where we're trying to silence people that we oppose, rather than try to just come to common ground, which I don't think is nearly impossible. I just think that for certain, you know, people and certain like types of negativity, that there's different ways to go about it. Obviously, sometimes fire has to be fought with fire, and I get that. It's a tough world out there. But at other times and everything where, you know, like let's say, because this has happened to me actually, like I'm a barber, for people listening that don't know. I have people in the chair that I don't know all the time, and they just, you know, with a barber, you feel like you can express yourself with all types of views and you won't be judged, because that realistically, that's what the barber's for. It's for you to just, you know, spiel out whatever you feel. And I've had racists in my chair, and, you know, I could have went the route where I just asked them kindly to leave or anything like that, because I don't want to do business with a racist. Or I could take their money and I could also, you know, try and see why they think the way they think, and try and like, because it's very rare for you to talk to one of them without them being like super angry at you, and like not even like hearing reason, because when you get to that state of just like arguing with anybody, it's hard to really make a breakthrough. And what I'm finding, and I can't say what I'm finding, because I'm not out here just getting cuts to racist after racist, but like from who I've met in time, they don't seem like hateful people. Like from who I've done, you know, it's like they seem like ignorant people. They seem like people who don't, you know, want to experience change or anything new, which is it a problem? Yeah. I mean, to our standards, but at the same time, like, I'm so weird. I feel like we should have like a little, like their own country, a little place where they have like an Attack on Titan wall. They're just there doing whatever hateful. They like just leave them. And if that, but that's unrealistic. But no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think there's a more loving way to go about all this hate shit that we deal with on a day to day, because the only way you can defeat hate is with love. It's almost one and the same if you think about it. Like they're opposites, polar opposites, but that they're such polar opposites that those feelings are just like so strong that they're damn near the same. So it's like if you can hate that much, you have the emotional capability to love just as hard. I just feel like it needs to be taught with anything. I feel like for real, like racism comes from ignorance, because ignorance comes from fear, and fear where hatred, it comes from hatred, and hatred comes from fear. So it's like we just got to stop learning how to be so fearful of what's different. And I feel like it starts with the schools. It like you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you can definitely like fucking get to, I don't know, the kennel and make sure everybody that's new is coming out and they're like well trained. I mean, I'm calling everybody dogs now. Look at, but you know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, like there's definitely I think things are different now.
I mean, different for sure.
That's just plain and simple. Things are different now. We're in the information age. Everything is hyper visual at this point. And if you think about it, with a lot of the things in like, especially nerd culture or pop culture, it's basically straight pop culture. Now we are getting like spoon fed like cattle, if you think about it. Everything is coming at us so fast. We have 18 movies coming out within 1 year, another 45 shows, and this is just like Marvel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This doesn't even include DC, you know, the fact that there's like 100 new anime a season, all of this stuff. And I think, you know, back, you know, even as soon as the 90s, you had to work a little harder to
Right.
get your fandom fix. I guess that's the best way to put it. And I feel like a lot of the dichotomy happens between those sets of fans because they're like, you know, you guys don't know what it was like. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It was hard back then. And I'm glad it's not so hard no more. And then, you know, with it coming out slower, I feel like you have more time to be overly analytical. You can, you know, build the family tree of some, you know, anime that's been going on at that, you know, One Piece, for example, family tree of that or something like that if you have time. But now there's just so much out there and there's so much accessibility. And I think it's like low key jealousy in a way. When it comes to certain types, it's like, oh, man, when I was in high school, I would have got beat up, you know what I mean? Or,
Right.
you know, things like that, or you don't appreciate it as much as like I appreciate it. Like, you can't quantify somebody's appreciation for something or care for something,
No, you can't.
you know. So you know, like I said before, you can be a part of the gaming world, but you know, be in love with character design, movie score, or sorry, game scores, you know, lighting, FX. There's so much. So I'm like, I feel like people try to limit everybody else's access through their own view, and I feel like if we can just get people to like break that, we would get a lot farther. Also, it's how do I say it? Civil discourse is dead. So that's another thing. I feel like you kind of gotta grow to learn how to talk about situations that you don't agree with well.
Right.
But unfortunately, majority of the comments or things that you get are from people who are not at that stage in their life to have, you know, smart communication with you about a topic in which you disagree. And then you can walk away from the computer not angry for the rest of the day, you know. So it's something, I don't know. I feel like it's probably always existed, but it just seems to have snowballed with the popularity of pop culture, I would say, and also with, you know, I guess PC, for lack of a better term, culture. You can't get away with saying any and everything anymore, which I think is a good thing. But there are also people who abuse that and go too far. So that's another like double-edged sword we got to deal with. It's all a mess, really.
I really think, you know, I think we're coming to a shift in the internet soon because, you know, the internet is still, as we all know, relatively super new. You know what I mean? Like for it being like the next big thing, it hasn't even really been around for like, well, maybe like 30 years at this point,
30,
right? About 30, not 40. I know that. But I don't know. I just feel like there hasn't really been too many rules set up initially. So I remember when Twitter was the wild, wild west, right? Like you can say anything there, you can do anything, and it really didn't affect you like at all, you know, because it was just something you put out there and then it was done. And then like, you know what I mean? And now it's like people like, you know, for example, James Gunn wasn't able to do Guardians 3 because of something he said 2010 when almost, I guarantee it, everybody was a little more insensitive towards everything because that's like as a society, I think we were conditioned to be okay with just things not being said. Like, I don't know, just ignorance. We were grown to like be okay with ignorance because that's what it was. I think the internet is like with social media and everything, we are now coming to a age where, you know, we're learning how to respect one another, and like there are more progressive things that are coming, which is good. But with that, there comes like just as much negative with, you know, like cancel culture. And I'm not saying cancel culture is necessarily bad, but I think it's people go to an extreme with like a lot of certain things,
Well, I
especially
wouldn't
like
say cancel though. I think what has become a better phrase is it's consequence culture. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
You say some bullshit, you're gonna face the consequences. You know?
right. I just
Yeah.
with certain things, I feel it. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's mob mentality,
I feel
but
like your discrepancy is that the punishments don't necessarily fit the crimes, and
my
some
thing is okay. Sorry, go ahead.
well, yeah. I think that's basically where I would ever say my issues with consequence or cancel culture comes
Right.
from is if someone says something or does something, if they've only done that once, never reoffended. This was 15 years ago. In the 90s, if you were to watch the movies in the 90s, all of them are pretty much canceled. If you think
Right.
about,
That's what I'm
you
saying. It's
know,
like it's kind of like almost the part I don't agree with it because I don't want to give platforms to shitty people. I'll say that first and foremost. It's not like that, but it's more so just like we can't erase history. You know what I mean? And we can't get on the people I feel that obviously did shitty things, but it's like that was the time. You
Yeah.
know, we have to be like somewhat like a what is I don't even know the term because I'm not that smart, but um it's like being like just appropriate with the time. Obviously, no one gave a damn about some fucked up shit that happened in the fort. Like I don't know, like Dr. Seuss. I think we talked about that.
Mhm.
Obviously, he was a messed up person from what I've read about whatever it is. But at the same time, it's just like that's what was the normal back then. Like,
Yeah.
would you say anything different? I mean, I'm not excusing what it is, but it's just like what I mean. I don't know.
I think
This is one of the things where it's tricky for me. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because
like they didn't take a lot of people were upset that they were taking his books away. What people don't know is
right,
only specific books that had that racist
and that's
bullshit.
yeah, right,
You
and
know?
that's fine.
Yeah.
I think it was
I still don't like him now as a person. And
yeah, no,
but his books, I can't lie, were instrumental. I still like One Fish, Two Fish, Three Fish, Blue Fish,
yeah,
or whatever.
I
You know what
still
I'm saying?
like
There's
Lord
certain
of the
books that are
Rings, but we know
classics.
Tolkien was a racist. So what can
Yeah.
you do?
Yeah.
Like,
was he
I feel
really?
I feel
yeah,
that.
very much
No,
so.
that's
And
unfortunate.
had the nerve to live in South Africa.
I mean, makes
Yeah.
sense. South Africa is not
Um,
the coolest, but
yeah. So I think so I get what you're saying, but my counter to that is it's
yeah,
2021. The
right,
internet has absolutely been out long enough. People getting things brought up from their past has been happening for the last 15 years, give or take. So if
yeah,
you
that's
are going to
true.
be in these positions of power, and you have all this, like James Gunn, you have all this money. You're telling me PR couldn't have scrubbed your account. You're telling me that, I feel like especially if you have a platform, you have to be more
Right.
conscious about what you do or what you have done. So it
Hmm.
doesn't affect, that's just a thing for every person, no matter what
For sure.
level you're on. So I think today, if you're still getting caught doing craziness, then it's probably in
Oh
you
yeah.
at
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
point. Like if you're still getting caught, if it was from the 1990s, then maybe not. But
Yeah.
this
I
year,
also my
last
yeah.
year,
I'm cool with the fact like I don't know like what's his name Bill Cosby. I'm cool with never having to do with anything Bill Cosby again. I don't think I ever liked anything from him besides maybe Fat Albert, which is like way out of my time anyway because that was made in like the 50s. But I guess I don't know. I don't think I have any type of like stigma where I'm against anybody like, suffering consequences for shitty things they've done. You know what I mean? I think I just really like to know I like to know the whole story. You know what I mean? Like I like to know exactly what everything is before I make judgment because the one thing that I've noticed from the internet now is like a lot of things are one-sided or not even one-sided, but you only see parts of a story sometimes because whatever it is, people like to push their narrative. So I guess if anything, it's just like yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's making me sound good or not, but I don't really. This is what the show's about, right? We just trying to talk shit out, try and figure things out while we go.
Exactly. Nah, it's real talk. We're trying to, it's something that we all feel and we're all working through it.
I mean, I do agree with you on the like full story. That I think that is something that can be achieved if everyone just waited for all of the facts. But unfortunately, the internet and the news is a business, and so the people that you're supposed to be getting information from are cutting clips in half, so you only see the parts that are problematic,
Right.
or you don't see what instigated something or whatnot, or or it's something somebody said, but they only take like 4 words out of the sentence, and that's their title, and then all of a sudden every other news article picks up that same thing, and now 45 news broadcasts are saying wrong stuff.
Right.
And people much more enjoy the lies. People are much happier with the juice than to get some positive, non-problematic story.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you're right. It's the way of the world. Huh. Y'all believe in second chances though? Like, you think somebody can redeem themselves after, like, I don't know, like, obviously, like, if you do something so horrendous, I don't think you maybe deserve a comeback. But like, I do feel like, people change. People have the ability to better themselves, especially if they do some real self-evaluation and, not just talk about it because words are cheap, but actually like prove in their actions throughout time. Obviously, nothing comes back overnight, but do you think that somebody, especially if you pay your dues, you think that it's deserved?
Definitely. If it's genuine, we should all, we're all not good people. We're all not great. We all make mistakes. So yeah. But if you're in a very public spotlight, it has to be, we have to see that as genuine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, I think famous people should just stop being famous once they get caught with something. It's so hard unless you want to kind of like market yourself as being hated. Like, I don't know, like Jake Paul or whatever Logan. I don't know any of those guys' names. But like, there's some people that I feel like
punchable faces. I'll say that.
Yeah, like they like to thrive off of being hated. Which, I mean, if you can deal with that, I feel like it would really strain me mentally to have to deal with all that kind of hate all around. But then again, I already don't read comments, so I don't know if I would even see it. But we got from gatekeeping to this. That's something or nothing for you.
That's real talk. Real talk.
But
it's good. No, it's I think it all ties in, like all ties in together. I mean, at the end of the day, if we could just work on getting the full story, if possible, don't jump on the belief train or the hate train with the first article, just like, if you think about it, be a professional about it. No professional has one source. Not one. Every professional has bare minimum 3, and the more the better. So, check yourself before you say something, before you have to delete a post, or, because, screenshots live forever. So once it's on the internet, and if it's crazy, somebody's already got it. It doesn't matter how long you've had that thing up. So, like, I think people slow down. Like, it's really, we're in a very fast paced right now. We want everything right now, which is why, sidetrack, I really liked WandaVision and these TV shows now coming out weekly. It builds, it was definitely something that you lacked in shows. You build the anticipation for the show. You get to have a whole week of, converse with people on what's happening next, and all that. And don't get me wrong, I love my binge-worthy Netflix, but I also still, I kind of like that we're moving at least a little bit back into that, so people can appreciate it, so people have time to like sit with material and really, get to learn and love it.
For sure. To piggyback off of that too, it's just like this. I feel like I'm tongue twisted. That was what was really most fun about being a fan of something, is to wait and see if you were either right, if you weren't, or just to be amazed to see like what was happening. Because I remember, everybody remembers Endgame and like the anticipation for it ever since Infinity War dropped, and it was like there was nothing but straight for a whole year. I remember thinking about what that movie was going to be for an entire year straight until I finally got to see it. And you're right, it's more fun to kind of like have that unknown. You don't have to have the entire, because when I got on Stranger Things, like on the second season, when the second season dropped, and just to have it all available just killed like 48 hours of my life, because I literally watched the entire series straight. So it is kind of nice to have to wait a week and everything and kind of get back to regular life. So yeah, I like that.
I'm sure Kuya knows more about waiting than us. Look at all that merch in the background. I know.
He knows about drops.
Yo, and the whole time while y'all were talking, I got an email about the new CW, the Kung Fu. Hey, do you want a sneak peek to this Joker?
Yeah. He over here flexing on us, y'all.
I ain't trying to flex, man, but I was like,
no, I'm just trying to get like you, OG.
Because I was actually just talking to somebody about this. I was like, when am I gonna get my invite? And then sure enough, boom, I get my invite. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to flex, man. I'm blessed.
No,
your boy's blessed, man. I gotta celebrate my wins when I can, you know.
You need to. It's super inspirational, bro. I'm not even kidding, because I honestly don't see where I don't know where I see myself going in life, but I definitely would like to get some exclusive things to watch movies before everybody else does, so I can talk my shit.
We gonna make this something, man, that so we can share the wealth. That's the kind of person I am. If I can spread the wealth, man, I'm all about that, man. Because right now that we were talking a little bit earlier, I had a chance to see this particular film, and I want to talk to y'all about it. So like, God damn it. So like, I can't talk about it because y'all haven't seen it, or actually, y'all are where you're at, and I'm not supposed to, but there's ways, you know what I'm saying? But
get there.
Yeah, so it kind of sucks. So like, you want to do it with your peoples, man, and yeah. So like, if I can, like, I get the vibe with my people to convo on it.
Oh, I definitely know we're gonna get there. We're gonna be Something or Nothing live at a Comic-Con in 2024.
Most definitely.
I love that.
Man,
can you guys? What were you saying?
There was one thing that I wanted to talk about since we're bringing out certain subjects for this week. One of the things that I had, but I didn't want to interrupt you. I think y'all had something before I brought up my topic.
I was just gonna say how much I miss conventions, since I've only been to one, and then everything shut down. So y'all know what's up with that. But what were you gonna say?
Hey, when that happens, man, I definitely plan to do a lot more West Coast traveling. So I'm gonna come through and be like, "Yo, Roo, let's go."
You need to. I told my girl though, I'm coming to visit y'all and where you guys are at, because you guys are showing me around. I'm a traveler, bro. I want to go try Baltimore crab. Yeah. I want to go to DC. I don't really know what I've already been there, but I want to go to the Smithsonian again.
Yo, we can make that happen. Me and Anita know everybody around here. I know all the showrunners. We can make that happen. So just bring your ass, and you'll have a place to lay your head. Because Anita's been to the crib. I got plenty of rooms. So you can come on through. Just bring your ass. One thing I wanted to talk about, man, is Animal Crossing. During the pandemic, I actually caught the bug of Animal Crossing. I know that's kind of wild out. But your boy got it, man. It brought me back because I'm a every now and then gamer. You know what I'm saying? Because I got too much other shit to do, recording, editing, and all that stuff. So Animal Crossing got me into it. But I kind of fell off recently. But one of the things I want to talk about and why I'm bringing it up is it kind of helped as a family also get through the pandemic. I can't recall a game that we all play in my house, my wife, my daughter, and I. It's crazy. So I literally love that game. And the reason I'm bringing it up is, beyond that. So it's a beautiful game, but they come out with like these add-ons. And last week, I think Thursday, Friday, they dropped a Hello Kitty add-on that you could pick up, like this little card or whatever. And then you scan the card, and then you can have like those particular Hello Kitty stuff for the game. And you can use it for your houses and all that kind of stuff. And it got sold out everywhere, man. However they marketed and promoted and put it out, it was like a $6 card and got immediately sold out like in seconds. People were already there waiting, and it's like $60 online now to get it.
Wow.
So it's a weird transition from gatekeeping, but to me, it's kind of, I don't know why I connected gatekeeping in a way, but I think it's
you from your car.
That is gatekeeping.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's keeping serious. My wife and daughter who want to play this stuff, they wanted this Hello Kitty stuff because they're such Hello Kitty peoples. And here you go. You have this new audience that aren't regular gamers, and you have these motherfuckers that are going and buying out all the shit. And now, like, I got to spend $60 to get the Hello Kitty shit for my fam. Like, what up? So I just wanted to bring that up, see what y'all think.
I
Transition
got
on
two
that.
things to say to that.
Yeah.
One, how do you run out of something virtually? Like that's what blows my mind. Usually when they make DLCs and everything like that, like they stay there. Like I don't understand. Maybe they did a limited thing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They had to have for people to be reselling. But
Yeah.
secondly, I feel like resellers are definitely gatekeepers because I understand in a business aspect if there's like a supply and a demand and everything like that. I remember like a lot of dudes I knew in high school did the shoe when shoe selling was like still cool to flip before it was, frowned upon. Now it's just frowned upon because everybody that buys shoes does not wear those shoes. And it's annoying for people like me because I really appreciate shoe culture, but I'm not spending $1,000 on Yeezys, bro. I'm gonna wait until I know Kanye West, and I'm just gonna get a pair. But
Yeah, there you go.
no, it's ridiculous. Like you're keeping somebody from enjoying something that they love just so you can make a profit. And in reality, I just don't think it's worth the time and effort, honestly. Like not for like the Hello Kitty thing. I think that's bullshit. But fools that like wait outside for lines for days and the time and shit, like it's kind of, I don't know, man. I don't like gatekeeping. That shit's whack to me.
I mean, like I think speaking of the game, I mean, I get it strategically. Like, it's kind of like if it's a limited time, but they have every intention on re-releasing it, so it builds up, anticipation for another drop. So I get it business wise, because like I said, everything's a business. So if you think about it that way, you're like, okay, well, it's money. But I will say that one other game that kind of reminds me of like the Animal Crossing craze was Pokemon Go, because when that game came out, I was like, it had been a long time that I had been obsessed with a game. Like every day after work, I'd go like downtown or somewhere. And I was like, man, this is dedication. Like I'm walking outside.
You still playing?
Huh? Nah.
You still play? Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna say add me.
I fell off. Like I put a good strong like year and a half in that. I gave it a good, college try. Mm-hmm. And then like I realized that, see, the problem with games like Animal Crossing and Pokemon Go is that my wallet does not enjoy those games because you could grind for stuff, but if it's $3.99
every time you want something, not even just that one time.
But you don't be thinking about that when you do it. You're like, oh, it's just $1.99, but you did $1.99 30 times, in a couple weeks, and you're like, oh man, I need to stop. So my game like that also too was this game called Brave Frontier, and I was on that game. It was another mobile game. And I put like 2 years of my life in that game and an unimaginable number of dollars that I have yet never counted and never will because I am still ashamed. But I'm much like Kuya. I stay so busy that I haven't really got my, a chance to like dig back into games, because I used to play games non-stop. But like I can't sew and do makeup and do podcasts and play the games at the same time.
I hear you. I'm a little lucky on the side of I don't run a household and I'm not the man of the house, so I don't have to worry about anybody when it comes to being selfish besides maybe my girlfriend and her family. But it's like I play the OG. I still do. I play the OG Animal Crossing. I play Harvest Moon, and I spent a lot of time on that during the pandemic. And that one you don't have to spend money on because it just everything in the game comes with it. That's what I liked about older games. I'm a retro head. I like all those, like everything 2010 below. It's just crazy to think 2010 below is considered retro now. But yeah, man, game like anything. I just like that when you bought the game, you got what was on it, and that was it. You didn't have to go somewhere else to get something else. I mean, at that point, you had to just buy another game, but they didn't. I don't know. Actually, I sound stupid. The new way sounds way better. Because then you don't have to buy a new game. You could just get some new. I think I spent so much time trying to like remain on to like attached to all these old things that I love so much that I haven't even really spent so much time to look at what's out there now, and even see if I like it. Because I haven't even played a PS4 yet. I don't even know what that's like.
Oh, That made me sad as someone who enjoys the Sony life.
No, I love Sony Life too. I still play my PS3 games. That's where I'm at. I haven't like I don't know. The games look amazing. Don't get me wrong. There's so many games on PS4 and PS5 that I would love to try and get into and stuff. But it's like retro games are cheaper. I can go get NES games for like $3 a pop.
Yeah.
Or I can just buy the mini NES and have a bunch of games. But I don't know. There's a Naruto game that I really want to play that looks fucking good. So I might have to crack it one of these days, or maybe I just run into some money or buy a PS5 because that's multi-compatible. Something to nothing, y'all. I didn't know what I was talking about right now. I was like, where did we come from this? I don't know.
I feel that.
Do they have a Sanrio store where you're at, Kuya?
Not that I've seen. We actually talked about that. My daughter asked that of my wife. I haven't lived here longer. My wife's lived here longer than I have. And I haven't really paid attention. So yeah, we're looking into that.
There was a huge one in New York, but I don't know if that one's still there.
Yeah.
A huge one. I've gone into it. I'm not a huge Hello Kitty fan. And that was probably because, especially when I was younger, I was a scene kid just a little bit. So anything like pink was like, nah, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't. It's against the code of darkness in my soul. You know what I mean? Like,
I love it. I love it.
I feel you.
I couldn't do that. Now I'm cool with all the bubblegum colors and everything.
Yeah.
I have evolved to like everything. So, but at the time I was like, it was not good. It was not good. But now I think I realized that it's like a whole thing. It's not just like the kitty. Mm-hmm. It's like a whole world and the whole friends and everything. But I will say the items are cute. I can't front and say that they're not adorable. Yeah. But I'm not like a fan, if that makes any sense.
I got you.
Yeah.
I remember growing up in Hawaii, we would go to the Sanrio store because they would have these goodie bags, these mystery goodie bags for like $5. And what sucked was you would buy. I remember like this is how I knew it was a scam. If you bought multiple in the day, it was bullshit because they put the exact same thing in every single thing to make it seem like it was mystery. So I don't know, but I love Hello Kitty. Have you guys ever heard of that dark ass conspiracy theory on how the company got started up?
No.
No.
It was like
I don't seen some history. There's been docs on Netflix I've watched.
Yeah, I doubt it's true.
What are you talking about?
I heard that the creator of the actual Hello Kitty design was a woman, and she designed it like her daughter because she made a deal with the devil after her daughter died, and she's like, I gotta make a toy that represents my daughter so I can have her with me again or something like that. Okay. And I was fucking with, I like those dark conspiracy theories. I was like, if that's really what it was, I want to buy a Hello Kitty. Like,
I mean,
I don't know if it's true though. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it isn't. That sounds like super.
Yeah. I mean, if there's one place that has some creep factor in stories, Japan is one of them. Living there, I've definitely seen some things. I was like, interesting, very interesting. But like when I was in Japan, like that's when I had the most access to Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty was in our dollar stores, so I was just picking up Hello Kitties left and right and just giving them to people. Because if I had known you then, Kuya, I'd have picked up a whole bunch of stuff for you, and it would have been cheap, and I wouldn't have felt bad about it. I'm like, yo, and it would have been the real deal. Like it's like Disney over there. You can find it anywhere.
Huh? Have you guys heard about? I don't know if you guys are into amusement parks, but I am. They just came out with footage of Super Mario World.
I'm so excited about
Universal Japan, but they're building it here in Hollywood, and I'm a pass holder, so like I'm gonna be in those tubes, hitting those bricks, riding Yoshi. I'm gonna do all that when it opens, and you guys need to come out, and we're gonna do the same thing. I love Universal Studios.
I've never been, and I want to go so bad. I've been to 21 countries, but never Universal Studios.
What's 21 countries?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never heard
not Universal.
I guess there are some upsides to living here, but honestly, I don't think I like living in a place where it's a lot of tourism. It gets kind of old just seeing a bunch of people not from, I don't know, because I guess where you guys are at, well, maybe not Kuya, because I guess Washington D.C. might be a lot of different people there all the time.
Yeah.
But I feel like Baltimore, like it's not a high what is it?
Tourism spot.
Tourism spot, right? So I mean, like there's a lot of locals there more than anything, right?
I would say, yeah. I mean, yeah, outside of like certain times of the year,
Right.
because we have like AFRAM and Artscape that happen in Baltimore, and they bring people from everywhere across the country and other parts of the world. So there are like moments, there's pockets
Mhm.
of large tourism, but like DC is more so probably like where you're at, where there's just literally everyone from everywhere is in DC at all times.
Oh yeah, and it's like super. I feel like there's high security in DC at all times, so like it's even harder to like do things. Look at
It
me, sound
depends
like a
on
criminal.
where you are in DC for real. But I'm just waiting for Kuya to let us know, give us our emails, and say that all of our quotes have been approved, and, it's gonna
We'll
be great.
find out. We'll find out. I'll definitely let y'all know if it makes it. I modified them a little bit right before I sent them,
Okay, whatever,
so
dude.
just to touch it up. But yeah, I'll let y'all know.
Okay.
Oh,
Do we have a little bit anything final, because we're almost going on an hour and a half?
Oh damn.
Because yeah, we were trying to keep these an hour, but we're having fun. Were there anything else we wanted to talk on before we close this out?
I had one question that I had ready in my phone that I put in the group chat earlier that I wanted to close out with.
Let's do it.
You get 3 movies from your childhood that you introduce to your kids, hoping that they love them as much as you do, so you can share that special moment. What are those 3 movies from your childhood? It has to be like from your upbringing. It can't be like something that comes out around the time they're around and you love it just as much type of shit.
Jeez. That's hard. Wow.
I can't do any of like certain films because it's not good for the kids. So being a father, like we introduced E.T. to my daughter. We had her see E.T. because that was appropriate. It's all about being appropriate. That's good. So E.T. was one that was appropriate. I think we did show her a little bit of Star Wars, but she really didn't get it. And
That's hard to comprehend at young
exactly.
ages.
It's too much when she was young. I think a little bit of Indiana Jones because I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. But then I think the same thing with that. It was like too much going on, and there's scary elements, especially like Temple of Doom or whatever. Like it's
Right.
scary to her, so that wasn't good. I think we tried Back to the Future is another classic of mine, but that really didn't carry her attention. Yeah, I think a lot of animated CGI stuff was like what we were doing, like Shrek. Had her see Shrek.
What age? What
Disney
age?
films.
What age were you showing her? Because I think there might be also like an appropriate time to, for sure, like introduce things. Like, what is? You have any teenagers?
I just have she's 12, 13. 12 or 13.
Okay.
I don't
So
know. I'm
on
bad
the cusp.
with
Still a
age.
baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
A team behind that. So excited. Maybe not for you, but I'm excited.
Right.
I'm excited for. Well, let's see. I feel like the ones that are coming to my mind just make me think things that I think would be good from my time frame. That would be good for kids because I want to say Fifth Element, but that's not good for kids. I don't think it's not. I feel like you need a team behind there somewhere.
Yeah.
Man,
that's a hard one, man.
You want to think about it, and I'll go while you.
Yeah.
So, because I already had mine planned out. Tommy Boy. I don't know if that's appropriate or not for a kid, but they're watching it. I would
Okay.
do a parenting a little differently. Tommy Boy, The Mask with Jim Carrey. I feel well, that's the thing though. It's like I watched all of these when I was a kid.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Dude, I
feel
was
like
watching
I'm
Nightmare at Elm
fine.
Street. Like if we talk about what I grew up on, man, yeah, I was watching some bloody stuff. But my parents,
Right.
yeah, it was a different time period, man.
I think maybe the third one, the kid friendly one, I guess is semi, but it is probably one of my all time favorite movies. Is Never Ending Story.
Oh
Which, I mean, that's
yeah.
kid friendly, right? You know,
Yeah.
unless unless they're so young they get scared by the animate, not even animation, but the
Puppetry, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. I can see, that being a little bit scary. But I feel like when I watched it when I was a kid, there's stuff I didn't get that if I watched it now, there'd be stuff I'd get now. Much like lots of like things from back in the day are just truly actually for both adults and kids. You just didn't realize it the whole time.
Yeah. We tried to do Dark Crystal, but that was too scary. The
I
puppets.
love Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
Dark
That
Crystal
was scary at first for sure. I'm to this day scared of the movie The Witches.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Fuck that
Okay.
movie. I hate that. I hate that shit.
I'd probably show my kids the Studio Ghibli library, majority of them, because I just think they're great animations. Probably Aladdin and Reading Rainbow.
Mm.
Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great show.
It was, man.
Had the dopest intro song of all time. What's your favorite Studio Ghibli? I mean, it's off topic. What's your favorite Studio Ghibli movie?
That's hard too, but
all right, yeah, it is hard.
I will say the Ghibli film that got me in was Mononoke. So
that's my favorite. It's not the one that got me in. I remember in 9th grade, one of my teachers showed me Spirited Away, and that got me in. But Mononoke is. I have a picture book of all the frames and shit. I love that movie.
I think probably if I were to choose, Spirited Away would be my favorite.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a great one. Okay.
Right. I think that was a good way to end. I think that I had fun, y'all. This was a good one.
It was.
Talked a lot about.
It feels like our first real episode. Zero, we were just kind of learning. Well, Zero was a real episode, but we were learning about each other.
Yeah.
The episode, actual one, yeah, I appreciate y'all again, helping me get some thoughts out. And then we kind of shifted to some like regular convo, but that was heavy. That was a hard one personally. But here's like, we actually, was a true episode of us just kind of chilling and stuff. So yeah, that was a good one, man.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah.
All right. Should I close this one out?
Let's close it out. Yeah, with everybody, I guess, prompted to, I guess we all like, tell them how they could reach out to us and all that shit.
Yeah. Well, y'all already know where to find me every time. ROO. Is it? Do I know where to find me?
Do you
don't know?
ROOHKAGE, Instagram, Twitter. Those are the only things I really use. TikTok coming soon. But yeah, you guys.
I'm Tranquil Ashes on all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok coming soon, begrudgingly, but it's coming soon. And just keep an eye out. I have a lot of moves and shakes coming, and things will be dropping soon. Kuya?
Word. Yo, Kuya P, aka Patrick Michael Strange. You can follow me at Strange since 1977. And at Temple Far East, and here at the NRW where nerds rule the world, and of course at the Nerds of Color, where I do the Superpower show, all of that. But something to nothing, man. That's what we're doing here, man. And I love doing this with y'all. A lot of fun. We got some good shit on the way. Oh yeah, we should maybe talk about what we're gonna do next episode, right?
I mean, it's your episode, so let them know.
Yeah, and maybe we can certain times plot out, certain one. So yeah, what I want to do next week, man, or not next week, but this next episode is during this pandemic, a lot of good friends, might have lost their jobs, and what else can I do? I'm hot, I'm slanging, I'm all right. Maybe I'll start OnlyFans, and that's what some of them did. And so Hopefully, I won't say all the names yet because we got to get them all confirmed and lined up. But yeah, just love to those cats that found love in themselves and found that I can do it just me and show my light to the world. And so with that being said, shining a light on somewhat, although some of the people I'll bring on probably aren't the true quote unquote sex workers, but it's kind of been a blanket label that's thrown onto people. And then maybe we should also talk about that, explore those differences that, some maybe just be down with modeling and nude modeling. There's variants to all of this. There's degrees, levels to this shit. But I have love for anybody that is just being their true self. And that's what I want this first part type of episode to be, is shining a light on the OnlyFans game and just kind of owning yourself and being a business for yourself and doing through that. Because I've seen a lot of people shine, and I got to just give props on that come up to just believe in yourself and just keep it going, especially during these hard times. So much love to all my people that are out there repping the OnlyFans. We're going to show love on that. And yeah, we're going to have fun with it and show you all takes
Thank
on
y'all.
that. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank everybody for listening to Something or Nothing episode 2. Many more to come. Also, watch out for our fire ass movie quotes for all the new blockbusters coming out this year. We should do that. That'd be a cool segment. If every movie that comes out around the time we record, we should try and make a quote for it if we've seen the movie or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll all come
be a
with
fun
our
segment
best
too.
one.
Maybe for even classics, because sometimes they front, on that shit. And what should be the adjusted title that really reflects that goddamn movie? Because then we fall for some of that shit. Yeah, that shit is fire, son. And then all of a sudden, man, that shit was whack as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a real comment.
Like Never Ending Story, because you know what? It ended.
Tell it. So listen, that's a perfect place to just end this here. Great episode. We just ending this shit right now. Man, love y'all. Man, it's been another one.
Have a good one.
Pleasure.